real it becomes, the more desperate they want it. Capital, that's money. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. But if I have to look at 100 deals a day, I choose one. First lesson in business, don't get emotional about stocks. How's the judgment? It's all about bucks.
Money never sleeps, pal. Just made 800,000 on Congo.
Now you all pay the Jesus this gold gets bumpy.
Good evening, stock traders, and welcome to another edition of Stock Traders Talk Radio here on a beautiful Wednesday night, March 14th, 2012. I am your host, STT. Joining me on tonight's program, I have QT Cal.
Hello, STT. How are ya?
I am fantastic. How about yourself?
Doing great, thanks.
All righty. Also joining us on the program tonight is Stock Sumo. Stock Sumo.
Hey, good evening, crew. I had myself double muted. I didn't realize it. Good evening.
The old double muted. Very nice. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good to hear. Also, joining me on the program tonight is Mr. Kopp.
Hey, how are you, STT gang? How are you?
I am doing very well. Got a little storm rolling in here right now, but hopefully it'll roll right on over.
Well, that's what happens in Florida. It's all about the weather, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it could be brutal sometimes. All right. Well, let's get to the main part of the show. Tonight, we have an exclusive CEO interview lined up. Doing tonight's interview is Mr. Kopp. Mr. Kopp, take it away, sir.
Hey, thanks, Mike. We're here with Mr. Shiva Prakash, the CEO of TIVU, Inc., stock ticker TIVU. That's TIVU. Mr. Shiva Prakash has a diverse history and background in the hotel technology industry, focused on content and revenue for hotels. In this interview, I'd like to cover the technology in the hotel industry, the challenges that come with that, and the revenues from the technology. Welcome to Stock Traders Talk Radio, Mr. Shiva Prakash.
Hi, Chris. Good evening to you all.
Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to be with us. How about if we get started with describing a little bit of background about your company to our audience? Well,
TIVU, we are the content and the media management for the hotel industry. And we specialize in the providing various content to the various hotels.
Now, in basic detail, describe what your background experience is, and the brief history of the company itself.
Well, my personal background is more in towards to networking, technology. I was with IBM and other companies in my past. And the brief history, when we started the company back in 2009, focusing towards the hotel industry as a whole, the technology need and the industry what is missing, and trying to engage the hotel, what is the hotel needs to have in terms of the technology, and how does the technology would help the hotel and their guest to make a substantial amount of revenue, so on and so forth.
Sure. Now, could you tell us about your strategic direction or your business objectives that you currently have?
What our the directions that we are focusing upon is engaging the hotel as a partner, using the network, using the relations that they have with the guest, offer the services and the products which meets the requirement of the guest and generate a lot of revenues so that we can able to compensate a lot of costing that the hotel goes through.
Now, where did the technology or the idea and concept, if you will, originate from for you?
Well, the concept and the technology-wise, Chris, I'm going to explain a little more in the history behind. I hope you don't mind. The hotels today is in a constant demand in providing what guests want. Guest is always looking for, those are the days when the hotel is to provide. On the sign, they said that we offer HBO. Those days are all gone. Today, the technology has gone a significant change, and the guest has used to that now. So they have get those content, get those features, get those services in their home. The migration of the guest is far advanced than the hotel itself. Whereas the hotel is always a difficult part to catch up what the guest wants. So the hotel, when they're offering a certain technology, by the time they finish it, the technology has already taken another, migration, another level of. So the hotel is never able to catch it up. Now, when we designed the concept, we wanted to make sure that the hotel is not in the under the wave of this technology migration ever. Always the technology happens behind our network. And on the front side, we provide what the technology and so on and so forth is guest. But there was always one missing puzzle. That was, where is the money?
Sure.
The money in the technology, hotel is always constantly spending the money, but there was never a strong return on the money that they invested. It is very, very fascinating to understand that the second most cost item in a room besides the bed is the TV. The bed produces the revenue and TV do not. The fact is, the hotel owners, it is a very cost-oriented feature that they need to render to the guest. But plus on top of it, the guest is always in demand, various content, various this, various that. Those days are gone when you're seeing a standard SD channels. Now everybody's used to HD channels and 3Ds and so on and so forth. Hotel are not in a position to offer that. That is where we come in, and we engage the hotel, we engage the guest, provide all the benefits and the features, and using the current technology, using the current intelligence that we generate, we engage other partners of ours to generate, for the first time, an adequate revenue where the hotel will have a strong ROI for their investment on these TVs. So that is the idea first we started with. But however, it was not easy to implement. Is it okay if I can go on, Chris?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, this is interesting stuff.
Okay. So this is where the initial concept originated from. But when we started discussing with various brands, various industries, everybody said, oh my God, that is a great idea, but how are you going to do it? What is the means to do it? The only way the means it can be accomplished is engaging the model of famous successful companies like Google, like Facebook, and other major companies is the business intelligence plus the advertisement is the topmost criteria. So that is what we engaged on. But how do we do an advertisement in a hotel network? It is not has been done of this magnitude, never been done. There are a lot of operators who provides specific technology to the hotel, but nobody has attempted to do this. So when we approached a lot of brand said, no, it can't be done. This cannot happen. So why the other companies are not doing if that is the case? So we had a very uphill battle in even engaging and explaining to a lot of brands and their approval process, saying that, look, listen, there is an option, there is a possibility. So they really wanted to understand how this can work. So we went, this is very important, Chris, that we went to every broadcasters and negotiated the contract so that we can able to engage their content in the hotel and provide the ads on a almost 2 to 3 minutes per hour per channel that we can able to engage. We have direct contract with all these broadcasters, whether it is Discovery, whether it is ESPN, whether it is Disney, whether it is, you name anyone. So we have all those contracts. That was a very uphill task to begin with. When we did that, then the hotel is trying to understand, oh my God, you have this, so legally you can able to do this. Yes, we can. Now, for the first time, hotels are looking at, okay, the free to guest, that's what the terminology that they use, will become, they were giving away this content to the guest. Now, in this case, they will still giving away the content to the guest. However, now they have the opportunity to insert ads and generate revenues. Now, these revenues are quite significant. It's not a smaller numbers. And also it plays a critical role of other companies on a similar technology who is offering. Their primary focus is to sell a video on demand or offering internet access kind of a thing. That is all absolutely outdated now. Nobody likes to pay $15 to $20 for a movie anymore. Chris, you carry your smart devices. People carry smart devices. The content is the king. So access to that content is what makes one a substantial amount of revenue. So that is what we provided, and access to the content. Now, while we're doing all this, famous someone in the industry said, Shiva, what has been done here, you have taken a revolution to evolution. This is pretty amazing. And now for the first time in the industry, they're looking at is, wait a minute, we don't need to anymore, we don't need to sell adult content for our guests to make money. We don't need to, our reputation as a brand is a top priority. And we don't need to really subdue ourselves for the lower technology. And if the guest wants more, we can able to provide more. Now with this, what we have done, not only the content here in the United States, but if a foreign traveler does stay in the hotel, we can able to leverage our networks to get the technology. These are all something is not even heard in the industry. And people say, our system can able to instantly manage over 30 different languages. And there are so much of features, which is unbelievable. And that is what we have been doing for the last few years. And when we approached the brand, and the brand was very, intrigued. Just to let you know, one of the major brands did their due diligence to identify a similar company, and they did talk to over 26 companies globally. Out of 26 companies, they chose one company, and they asked us to do a trial deployment in Philadelphia downtown. This is something major. The Philadelphia downtown. Sorry.
Yeah. No. I'm picturing exactly what you're doing. I mean, I was actually getting ready to go into and ask you about how significant the industry is, and hotels are everywhere, and I've traveled pretty much all over the world. I've been in like 60 countries, and they're all different in the fact that when you go to a hotel, the internet's separated from the TV. You got so much stuff. It's like an act of Congress to get all set up in your room these days. When you're doing it. And, I've reviewed the background of your company significantly, and when I'm looking at the stuff that you're able to do from a package standpoint and with the branding, and what really impresses me is the fact that you basically built it, got the contracts, and now you're taking it to the consumer as a package, in essence, and proving it, this is it. Am I accurate with that?
Absolutely, Chris. You said it very well. Today, we stopped selling to the hotel. We did not want a hotel to be our customer. We wanted a hotel to be a partner. And when we changed that philosophy, now we can able to engage that relationship. We understand the pain that the hotel has. You spend $1 million on the system, and there is no return on that. Now we are saying that you spend $1 million, you will get unmatched technology, none whatsoever, number one. Number two, plus also you can get that $1 million back over the course of time. That is the holy grail. And that is what the hotel wants to understand. That's what we did. Now imagine this. The Philadelphia downtown hotel was going through a renovation over $60 million. And they chose a company where we did not had one installation to our credit before. It was only a concept. And they asked us to do this, and nobody even heard of this. And when they asked to do it, and now when we did it, now we're still taking to the level at which all of the companies are quietly mesmerized, how this can do. And with this, now everybody is looking at, saying that, oh, Jesus Christ, now what do we do? So we became purely a content provider for using this technology for a lot of hotels. So now we have been bombarded by various brands to request of the content. Yes, we can. So that is where the next steps are going to likely to happen. So in reality, like I said, from a revolution to evolution, that is what is happening in the industry. And we are very glad, we are very proud to be part of that.
Well, how big is the industry for the HD IPT TV concept? When you think about the number of hotels, how much? What is the pool of dollars that we're actually talking about here? If you got
let me just put a small number to you there. It is mind-boggling, and the small number speaks for itself. In the United States alone, there are over 10 million rooms. All the brands has insisted upon that the hotels must upgrade their system to offer HD content. They must replace their old CRT TV to LCD TVs. Now, just by replacing LCD TV, you're not going to get HD content. So obviously, you got to upgrade a lot of networking, so on and so forth. It is a quite an expensive option for the hotels, but hotels has to do if they have to maintain the brand standards. Now, what we are saying is, okay, here is the deal. You have to do this anyway. Now, in our case, you do it, and you will make money out of the whole thing, and you're going to pay for the system itself. And how big is it going to be? We have no idea. Are we going to do all the 10 million rooms? That is a potential one can have, but I don't know where we can go from what we have with it. I think the opportunity is humongous. And since we are the first in the industry with the technology, with the dependable platform, with the dependable deployment proven, I think we have a fair chance to grow very large.
Yeah, it's amazing. Let's talk a little bit of the business plan. What stage would you describe to the audience as a snapshot of your current operations?
The current operations, we are not a company anymore. We have fine-tuned all the developments. There is a final phase of the development. We are in the transition from a development to a revenue stage right now. And that should happen very shortly. We are generating revenues, but complete revenue base and staff development, I think that will be achieving very shortly.
So now that you're venturing in that next development of the revenue piece of your business plan, I mean, what are your expectations in the short term?
The expectations in the short term, we want to make sure that the trial that we are engaging needs to complete, and we are waiting for the process to complete. It is a huge process that one needs to go through. There's a multi-level of bureaucracy in terms of approval process, paperwork, legal, and so on and so forth. So we're engaging all of those, demonstrating from the client side, from our customer side, but also on the other side, we are building our own, relations with other partners like ad agencies and advertisers and the whole 9 yards. So we are preparing ourselves to face the bigger opportunity coming up.
Now let's kind of shift to the alliances or strategic partners that you may have. I mean, do you have any currently, and if so, could you elaborate on that topic specifically, focusing on what they would bring to your company and how it benefits you?
Well, we have various. Our strength lies with the kind of partners that we have. Today we have partners who can able to do multi installation at the get-go. They have the required team. They are trained, ready to go. That is on the installation side. We have partners in the technology arena. We can able to engage any kind of a technology at any given time that we can able to offer to the hotels. We have those partners. These technologies has been tested, fine-tuned, and fix all the issues, fix all the bugs, ready to go. And on the sales side, we have major Fortune 500 top of the line carriers is on board. Once we demonstrate this to take to their clients, we have those relations finalized. We have major agencies in the discussion, and they have seen what we can offer, what we can do, and they are in discussion, doing some testing with us. So we have, quite very impressive relations with all kinds of spectrum of the business that we are engaging here.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna probe here a little bit, and if you can't answer, I can understand. But I mean, I'm very fascinated about exactly where you're at. You've developed the concept. You built the whole thing from the whole package piece. You've put it all in a major hotel in Philadelphia. Could this be where a milestone or major event where a major chain potentially could be knocking on your door here soon, and that's why you don't know exactly how far this can go?
That is true. If it is good for this chain, in their statement, the game is over. We don't know what does that mean, but we want to make sure that we meet all the requirement, and as a whole for the industry, that is what we are doing. Absolutely right, Chris. You said it right.
So, I mean, it's because the fascinating piece to it is, and for the listeners, listen to this. You're taking a regular hotel. You're taking a hotel's sunk cost in the entertainment piece that they need from the back end for the hospitality piece regarding TV, entertainment, all that stuff. And you're flipping the script on that and turn it into a revenue-generating piece to where, it could be tourist attractions, airports, anything that are in the vicinity of that hotel. I mean, I assume that's exactly what you're saying, right?
True. Not only that, take it to the next level. A specific brand wants to have a specific, a soda company or a famous car company can able to run, their specific ads to reach their the brand specific guest. It is the brand network. At the end of the day, you are bringing giants of in the industry together, and you will be the gatekeeper.
Wow.
This has never happened. No company in the world today has what we have. Everybody sells some kind of a mature adult content, selling the VOD system, they call themselves an IPTV company. Sometimes we laugh at it. Are they really an IPTV company? And no disrespect to them, but the fact remains same. The fact is nobody can able to come any close to even producing the revenue model. Everybody wants to sell. Everyone is selling. Once you install the system, they are gone. They claim that they have thousands of rooms, hundreds of thousands of rooms. They still do. But if you go back and see, their revenue from those rooms is declining every day. Whereas in our case, from 0 to we're increasing the revenue from these same rooms substantially and paid for the system. The hotel is going crazy.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, beyond the technology itself, what are your longer-term goals? And I know we're kind of we don't really know some of the answers based off of the different milestones that can happen. But say over a year, of your company, how are you planning to get there from here? I mean, specifically commenting on the catalyst and milestone events that you anticipate in the next year. And I know I kind of alluded that it could be anything like that, but what are you anticipating?
Another very short, the technology, beyond the technology itself, what I need, our goals in the first year, we are very focused in delivering what we said for this trial, and we are very focused in creating the right team. I'm in the process of bringing top-of-the-line, industry-specific, accomplished executives to help us to move forward in the process of creating, finishing up all our, housekeeping stuff and having the right structure in place in terms of the team and the people and everything going forward. If you are if you're dealing with the billion-dollar companies, you got to act like one, and
sure.
Not only act like one, by given the time, you got to perform like one. So that is what our goals are, and I'm blessed with the team that I have, and they are dedicated. They have been very hardworking. They continue to do so. And at times, there was pain also, but I think we have put all those behind us now. We are going very strong, and we have stronger plans. Once some of these shorter milestones achieved, I think we are in various discussions of many. It could be acquisitions, it could be partners, it could be partnering with the current operators for various relationships. So there are a lot of things in discussions as we continue to progress with what we have. This could be a game changer as a whole.
I'm really, I know I keep saying I'm fascinated with this, but I really am, because there's a piece of this that I just don't know the answer. And so, if you don't mind, I want to go down a path here with you. In everything that's going technology-wise with the web and all the different browsers, the servers, the iPhone, everything going crazy, it's becoming very tailored to me. Meaning, like the sites that I normally go to, the ads will come up being something that's associated with my likes, my profile, if you will. And it's growing and growing and growing. I think we've just hit the tip of the iceberg when it comes to something like that. Do you anticipate because you hold the gate to the rooms and to the technology piece regarding the advertisements? Do you anticipate something where that's linked to a profile? And what I mean like that, let's just say Marriott. A Marriott, a business traveler goes and spends, once he becomes platinum, after he's got 100 nights in a room, you're talking a big money player, right? Somebody that buys a luxury car, somebody buys the high-end everything. And then, of course, you have the gold guy who's, less than the 50. Then you have the silver guy who stays more than 10, right? But each one of those are a different, I would say, class of luxury buying type stuff. Are you telling me that you potentially can map advertising to them?
Well, Chris, I think you pretty much identified what we can do down the line. That is exactly true. Imagine this. You, Chris, as a platinum member, walk into JW Marriott. You check into the hotel. You walk into room 402. And the moment you walk in there, not only the room is, welcomes you, Mr. Chris, welcome, but also you have, your favorite, if you like jazz music. Jazz music is already playing on the TV. You come there and relax, turn on the TV. All your favorite, channels is been on the ready to go, and you catch up your shows. You catch up the other, and also we will say, Chris, we have the reservation for you at this restaurant. We have your flight checked in. We have all of those ready to go. And plus, also, this is the kind of the advertisement that you liked in the past. This is the advertisement we can able to, you might like it, enjoy it. That is the kind of technology what we can able to do. And that is the network strength that we have. No other company can able to do this. Absolutely not. Now, what has happened here, slowly we have converging the TV medium to web medium together.
Wow, it's fascinating, the possibilities that you can do with this. And from all the companies that I've interviewed, once you're able to do this full stream, and your marketing team, and I'm sure you probably already got a lot of this aligned when it comes to your negotiating that you're doing now that you probably won't discuss. However, the possibilities are endless. I mean, they really are.
It is. Now, the brands are looking at, wait a minute, Shiva, you are coming to our hotel. You're taking our guest, and you're giving what is exactly that they want, and plus what is the advertisers we still like to have. End of the day, this was what we wanted to achieve, and you have done it. Now, where is the revenue? Chris, here is the, some of the brands are going crazy in terms of the revenue that they can make. They are in, various discussion with us. Can you able to build an exclusive network for us? Can you do this? Can you do that? There are a lot of discussion of such nature is happening as well. I mean, it is, each brand can be by Google or Facebook by themselves. That is the kind of revenue one can generate from their network. They are looking into this. They are identifying this. And it was not possible before. Absolutely not.
Wow.
That is exactly right. And you are converging both the TV medium and the web together into one.
And plus, you're building a relationship. I mean, you're building a customer service relationship. Absolutely. I'm going. I'm not going to the Hilton. I'm going to the Marriott. You're building that bond. That's fascinating. How about let's I could talk to you about this for hours, but I don't have that much time. How about if we shift over to potential investor, shareholder type questions? What is your current share structure that you have now?
Well, I believe the authorized is about 3 billion shares. I think the outstanding is about 1.13 or 1.4. I don't have the latest figures with me. And the float is about around 900 mil, between 900 mil to 1 billion. The accuracy of those things, I have to check with the attorneys. They would know the more accuracy. That is what we have today.
Sure. Now, how about your transfer agent? Are they open for investors to inquire about the share structure of your company?
Today, yes. I mean, people are calling. Also the transfer agents sometimes get too many calls. They keep complaining to us. But I think they should be okay. I believe so, yeah.
Now, what are your potential or actual revenue streams that you currently have?
Those are we will be releasing the Q1 anyway, so those numbers will be there. And we are started the revenues. We are very satisfied with the revenues that we have, and we will be increasing those revenues substantially. And now that the system is in place, now that we fine-tune all the bugs and fixes. It was not a joke. It was a humongous task by default. 1,500 room roughly, having installed and managed, and it was quite a challenge.
No, I added potential in there. I probably shouldn't have did that. That was an unfair question because I realize exactly where you are as far as a company. The Philadelphia hotel being the advertising platform for your company, and potentially, you could have one hotel, or you can have 5, or you can have 10 over the course of the next month, and quite frankly, you probably, that's just a guess at this point.
That is correct.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me strike the potential piece. Let's just say it could be very exciting based off a huge catalyst, and I wish you some great luck on pulling one of those big chains. How about a website? Do you have a website?
Of course we do. Everybody has a website.
What is it?
It is TIVUS.com. TIVUS. TIVUS.com.
Gotcha, and it's got the products on there and all that. And I did spend time on there. I probably could have just sat there and said your website, but this has been going so good, I'm just enjoying myself.
Sure.
Would you consider the website the best resource for potential investors to learn more about your company?
That is the easiest and the best one, yes. They have various tools to access our management, and they can access absolutely. And I'm always available, and sometimes it gets some time for me to get back to people, but I will certainly get back. I think this is the medium for me to engage, to respond to a lot of those people. Absolutely.
Now, what do you think makes TIVU a good investment for a potential investor? I mean, more importantly, if you had a 5-minute elevator speech that would represent, the excitement of the future of your company, what would it be?
People always say, Jesus, wish I would have got involved with Google or any of those companies when they were seeking for $100,000 capital. This could be that kind of a company for the hotel industry. Now, this is the time to engage. Now, we have done everything right. We have done the relationship right. We have done the partnership with the broadcasters. Every broadcaster, you imagine there are over 130 different channels, which means we have contact with all the 130 channels. No company has that. And we have those relationships established. And everything we did right, and we're still doing everything right. Now, this is the time for a lot of investors to get engaged. And I'm looking for a strong, long-term investors so that we can grow together. And this can grow to a larger company. Absolutely. That is my pitch. Now, we are not here for the short term. We are not here for a quick startup company and we came in and we made something. Now, this is real. We have put in our whole heart and soul into this. We are done. We slogged. We made sure that everything works. Against all odds, we delivered. That is something amazing. Sometimes we feel our own management, we feel, how did we do all this? When we started, we didn't believe it can be done this far. Now we are here. From here, I think we can able to go much beyond that anybody can.
I sense you're big on relationships, and what I mean by that is you spent all this time building this company up and proving that you can do it, like you just said, against all odds. And now you're embracing everyone around you where, enjoy this ride with me. I mean, that's the kind of take
True.
I'm getting from you. Is that
true? Absolutely. I mean, look at us. Look at what we have done. Look how many companies, in the same sector that anybody has done this for. No, everybody is there for a quick gain. We are not there. That would have been the case. We would have been long gone. We took, during this process, a lot of hits, and we came out successful in every one of those, and we are still demonstrating that is unimaginable achievement for all practical purposes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, we've covered a lot of information. Is there anything else you'd like to address that we didn't cover?
Well, there are a couple of things. Number one, I hear, from various sources that we are similar to this. The other company has done this. We are this. We are that. I just want to address those things. We are not similar to nobody for the fact that we are not here to offer some cheap content to the guest. We are not that. We are not into offering some network which doesn't make any sense. No, we are not none of those. We are for engaging the hotel as a partner. No company engages a hotel as a partner. We do. And we go through the process in identifying what the guests want and offer those features, offer those benefits while we are generating the revenue. I think that is the industry. We are setting the industry. Maybe we are rewriting the technology for the hotel industry as a whole, whether in this country or anywhere else. That is what I would like to address. And other thing I would like to address is for the fact to all our shareholders, I deeply appreciate. I congratulate all of you for the faith and the trust that you all had. We are, in the process of, securing a lot of, good finance, so on and so forth. That is in place. We are also looking into every option is on the table. Maybe, there could be an option to buy back sometime later some of those shares. So all of those are options available. And the biggest challenge is how do we go from here? And I am very glad that the shareholders have supported us, and I'm sure they will. And hopefully this interview addresses some of those questions. And
I think so. I mean, there's a lot of good information with that. Well, Mr. Prakash, we would like to thank you for taking the time out to speak to our audience, and also would like to extend to you an open invitation to join us on the radio show in the future. I really would like you to come back one day.
Will do. Thanks, Chris. And thank you all.
All right.
It's a great show.
Have a good evening, sir.
Likewise.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Mr. Shiva Prakash, the CEO of TIVU, Inc., stock ticker TIVU, Tango India Victor Uniform. Well, guys, tailored. You guys know what this is, right? You guys travel at all?
Yes, I do.
Used to.
Do you realize the potential of what he can do in a room?
Oh yeah. No, it's amazing. It's very exciting, actually.
I travel. You guys know I travel all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed at a Hilton, a Hyatt, and a Marriott over the course of the last 3 weeks. And each room was very different in the capacity from an internet standpoint to the customer service to what happens on the TV. Some TVs you can't even figure out until you start hitting the up and down channel button because they want you to know what conferences are going on in that hotel or what's going on in the bar or the restaurant that they potentially have.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just specific to the hotel, right? If you're able to take something like this specific to me, right, where I like Italian food, I like Starbucks, and you're able to target that type of stuff that are tailored to me, that's business for everybody.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mind-boggling concept. But when you look at the web right now,
mm-hmm.
look at when you are searching a web page, all of a sudden there's ads coming up with that are associated with your likes and stuff that you normally search and all of that. It's an amazing thing, absolutely amazing, no doubt about it. I can't wait to see where this company is in 6 months, because you get one chain, it's over. It's a cascading effect all over the place. And I know you guys notice how I talk a lot, and I prodded him on that situation, and I didn't come right out and say what hotel are we talking about here or what chain are we talking about, but that's the answer I want. It's really the answer I wanted, and I was hoping he would just tell me. But you get a big one, and you are money, plain and simple money.
Well, I immediately think of what I have always worked with, and the the casinos. Could you imagine?
Oh my gosh, Mike, I was just going to go there.
I mean, if you can get into one of the casino chains,
yeah.
You know how people like to be pampered when they're in Atlantic City or Vegas or wherever they are. You know, let's say, for example, I have a favorite restaurant and things of that. I mean, the hotel knows that. They put on my TV. I could schedule, you know, reservations and things of that nature. Just absolutely amazing.
Huge.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And there's the possibilities. It's just, you know, it's kind of like when you look at the beginning stages of some of the stuff we see now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it can be completely tailored to you, and you know, like especially with the cards. You know how like what with the casinos,
right?
You know, 5 years ago when you had your rewards card and that type of stuff,
mm-hmm.
there was X amount that was associated with it. Now they know everything about you. I mean, they know what you like. They know, you know, who you enjoyed, who you stayed your longest time with, what table, I mean, every single thing that you can imagine.
Oh yeah.
That, right? Down to the nth degree. You could do that in the hotel industry with those platinum cards, those gold cards, those silver elite cards, all that stuff. You can do a tremendous amount of stuff. And I know I'm kind of dragging on that. That I think I think the full package going into the room, to where you have internet, you have the HD TV. You know, if you go to their site, it's the full thing where basically package-wise, you know, you're getting the box, the secure wireless internet, the viewer accessible connections, and the pure IP-based connectivity,
mm-hmm.
right? So, you know, your searching mechanisms that are actually happening on that are going to be tailored as well, and all that stuff is, you know, I'm not going to say recorded, but there's an imprint made that's associated with you. It's mind-boggling, very mind-boggling.
I thought the other key thing that he said, and he said it a couple of times, was that they deal direct with the broadcasters. Yeah. So, I mean, there's no third party involved, no middlemen.
Well, I mean, when you're looking at stuff like ESPN, Discovery Channel, and all that stuff,
mm-hmm.
and they already built those contracts with them, it's because they see the potential in what he has too.
Right.
Or they would have never. You know, those big companies don't forge those relationships with somebody that isn't going to go there.
No.
And he's already got those contracts. Amazing. Just it's a very, very. I'm really kind of blown away by this one, because I just want to see what's in the present 5 months from now. I really, really do, because I think, you know, when you get that whole hotel thing, and he's right. I mean, that, you know, the TV and the entertainment side has always been a sunk cost that the hotels have spent so much money on,
mm-hmm.
you know, and
right.
now you're able to reap benefits from that. Huge.
Sounds like a lot of uncharted territory right now that they're getting ready to jump on.
Yeah, I think so too, and that's why, like, you know, I normally ask that potential question, and I'm like, you know, I asked it and I had to kind of pull it back, because it's like, he really doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, I mean, he's first to market on this. He really does not know. You know, if this first hotel, as his pilot hotel, if you will, to have this, as guests come in there and different people travel from, you know, different places, and I don't know what the chain is, they're going to go to the other hotel, and, you know, it feeds off itself. Why don't you have what this hotel has? Why, you know, this is what I was able to hear, and it just goes boom, you know.
Right,
wow.
right.
And what's this stock trading at?
Ooh.
It is 0023, closed today.
All right. Well, I will not comment on that.
Up 70, almost 77% today.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm saving my comment from that.
But yes, it was great information tonight. He really explained it well, I think. A lot of potential. It's got to be an exciting time to be a shareholder here, as they move from the development into the revenue stage. It's always nice to be in a company at that point. So lots to look forward to here, I think. You know, and the technology itself, I mean, like he says, he's ready to upgrade at any time. You know, he has those partnerships in place where if something new comes out, he's ready to go with it. So look for them to stay on top of the ball on this one. Very good. Yeah. Well done again, Mr. Kopp.
Thanks, guys.
Very, very nice.
I mean, he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. You know, I like when a company has a business plan and they're following it.
Yep.
You know, many companies don't even have a business plan, and you know, when you follow it and you adjust, and you know, based off of the different avenues, you know, another key thing, I want to see a good telltale sign that's going to happen with this company is if you hear a PR or something like that's associated where they had to hire or contract out for 20 employees or 40 employees or 60 employees.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you hear that, that's a trigger to me.
Yep.
Right.
If you missed any portion of tonight's interview, you'll be able to listen to it in its entirety on Investors Hub under videos, then market commentary, approximately 9:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. We will have it in video format, so it should be a very interesting listen to later tonight. Okay, guys, fantastic job. We're going to take a small commercial break, and we'll be back with what is buzzing on iHub today. Don't forget, the morning show airs at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join Stock Sumo, Sifakia, and Haas, and special guest, me, the rest of this week. I think I ruined the guy's flow this morning, by the way. I think they're a little upset with me. But, hey, I invented radio, my friends. I can come on whenever I please. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as they call out the news. This DL2s and what's hot. They've been doing a great job. Sumo, isn't it my right to come on and blow up the show if I have to?
Absolutely. Hey, you know, I'm one of your biggest supporters. You know, unfortunately, Haas and Siffy like to be bigger naysayers against your commentary, but I love having you on, bud. You know, you taught me a lot of great things, and I tell you what, sometimes I need you there to hold my hand anyways.
Sumo, you have so much brown. Listen, you have so much brown on your nose right now, it's ridiculous.
He knows who to talk up to. He knows. It's all good. All right, let's get to that small commercial break, and we'll be back after these words.
Stock traders, sound the charge and scale your way over to BlueHorseshoeStocks.com. Nowhere else will you find a simpler, more straightforward penny stock block, bounce plays, momentum alerts, short-term, long-term. It's all here. Get hit to ground floor opportunities before the promotions hit. Blue Horseshoe's track record speaks for itself with percentage gains numbering in the thousands. Sign up for our pre-market mailing list and receive picks before they're published. Welcome to Blue Horseshoe Stocks, where you're afforded the opportunity to observe a team of seasoned traders scrape and scour the market for every sub-penny, penny, and penny-plus stock with a chance to blow its top. BlueHorseshoeStocks.com.
And now, a quick word from thepennyvin.com. What does one penny say to the other penny? Let's get together and make some sense. Are you tired of losing your hard-earned pennies? Be sure to visit thepennyvin.com and download our iPhone app, where delivery of our stock plays right into your iPhone instantly. The time to start making money is now. Please be advised that you may make use of the money and that thepennyvin.com will not be held liable.
Welcome back to Stock Traders Talk Radio. I'm your host, STT. Joining me on tonight's program, I have QT Cal, Cop, and Stock Sumo. Did everybody make it back with me?
Back.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That is always good to hear. Now, our interview ran a little long tonight, so I'm not leaving much time for Sumo and what's buzzing on iHub.
I'm going to take it right over and take it from the top from the higher price stocks down to the lower price stocks. And I'll tell you what's been buzzing not only on iHub but across the globe, Apple. How about Apple? It almost hit $600 a share today. Siffy and us and the whole gang that we've been calling about the Apple calls. Yesterday, Siffy was talking about them at $360. They hit a high of I'm not sure what the high was. I know they were over $35 today, so that's a 10-bagger right there overnight. Apple probably going to go over $600 tomorrow, for all I know.
Hey, Sumo.
Yep.
Is there anybody better than options in Siffy?
I don't think so. Not that I've seen.
I mean, seriously. I mean, that guy is making bank. That's like 4 in a row.
All right. Well, I got to nail these other ones quick, so let's let's give it to him in the morning. Hopefully tomorrow he can nail another one. HMNY is next on the list. This thing was a big gapper today. HMNY. It closed at $4.63. It was up 62%. It gapped up from $2.85 the previous day, and its daily range was $4.36 to $7. So this thing gapped up, shot up to $7, and then consolidated and sold off towards the end of the day. It traded 265,000 shares. The average volume is only 8,000 shares. ECYT is the next one on the list. That's Endocyte Inc. Eddie Charlie Yankee Tango. Its daily range was $4.23 to $6.27. It closed up 58.33%. That's at $5.89, and its previous close was at $3.72. So that's another gapper. Oh, and it traded 12 million shares, and its average volume is only 615,000. So a couple of big movers there. Higher prices, nice. See some big gappers and runs from there. The next one up is EXPU, sub-penny, trading at 0004. Closed up 33%, traded 26 million shares in volume. And of course, I gotta mention TIVU, TIVU, traded 49 million shares, and it was up 76.92%. Closed at 0023, right under the high of day. High of day was 0025, so nice momentum into the close. Nice close there. GDSM is the next one I want to talk about, Gold Coast Mining Corp. And it closed up the day 53% at 0118 on 46.5 million shares. So nice day for GDSM. KADR is the next one I wanted to mention. Arcadia Resources, Inc. closed at 0121, up 17.48% on 9 million shares in volume, 9.4 to be exact, and its average 3-month volume is 1.7 million shares. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for letting me run with it.
Fantastic, Sumo. Don't forget, 9 a.m. tomorrow, catch the guys in the morning show here at Stock Traders Talk Radio. From all of us here at Stock Traders Talk Radio, to all of you out there in Stock Traders Talk Radio land, we are wishing you the best in all your trades, and may your portfolio always be green. This is Stock Traders Talk Radio, and we are out. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.